Hey there, Rub-a-Dub subs, it's Black Metal Werewolf making a brand new video. So as you probably have already noticed, I'm dressed a little different than I usually dress. I'm not wearing a heavy metal t-shirt, my shirt has sleeves on it, and my arms aren't covered in my big goofy arm bracers. That's because I'm doing something a little different this week. I'm going to be doing unmetal confessions. I'm going to be confessing to a bunch of unmetal things in my life that are a little bit embarrassing, but I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a glimpse into my life outside of heavy metal. I got a couple suggestions about doing a video like this. Someone mentioned about 50 ungoth confessions, and I should do something like that. But honestly, I can't do 50 because there isn't even 50 things about me to talk about. I'm not that interesting of a person, so I'm just going to do however many I have and just tell you guys about the weird shit that I do, other than listen to heavy metal. I don't just sit in a dark room and, listen to Immortal all day, as much as I would like to, but I do have other things going on. So let's get down to it. My first confession is I collect Zoom Zooms. If you don't know what a Zoom Zoom is, if you ever go into a Disney store, they make these little hamster plushes. They turn their beloved characters into little plushes that look like hamsters. They do it, with Mickey Mouse, Minnie, Donald Duck, they're the Lion King, all these things. But since Disney owns the rights to Star Wars and Marvel now, I started collecting Star Wars ones, and I'm eventually going to start collecting Marvel ones. The good ones, at least. I want to get a little Spider-Man. And hopefully one day they'll make Venom ones. So I'll show you the ones I currently have. So like I said, they're little hamster plushes. It's like just your favorite characters turned into little hamsters. So here is Boba Fett. This was the first one I got when I saw them. I went into a Disney store and I saw they had a Star Wars section. I went and checked it out, and I thought this was like the cutest thing ever. So I picked it up. Boba Fett was the first one. And then I want to keep the streak going of getting like really cool Star Wars things. So I have like Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, and Darth Maul. Every time I go in there, they have different ones. I think they release like a new batch every 2 weeks or whatever of the different sagas, and then they bring some back and etc. etc. I really like the dark side ones because they look a lot better than the regular ones. Like the Luke Skywalker Zoom Zoom just looks like a hamster with blonde hair. It doesn't really look that cool. Whereas like with Darth Maul, right, you can clearly tell that this is Darth Maul. Like with Kylo Ren and Darth Maul, they even have their lightsabers on the side, so that's really cute. And the one that I had the hardest time looking for was the Stormtrooper. Apparently, every time I went in there, I couldn't find one, and I asked one of the cashiers, like, are you ever going to get Star Wars ones? No, little Stormtrooper ones. And she said, anytime we bring these out, they sell out within minutes. So I got pretty lucky the last time I went in there, which was like a week ago. So I was lucky enough I saw a Stormtrooper, immediately grabbed it. So it's pretty awesome, right? Me collecting little hamster plushes of Star Wars. Another really interesting thing is the bottom of these things are microfiber, so you can actually use the bottom of these things to clean your cell phone. So if you get one of these, you can like throw it in your backpack while you go to work, and on your break you can like clean your cell phone off. That's what I'm actually going to start doing. I'm going to put one of these in my backpack just so I can clean my cell phone at work. Another unmetal confession about me is that I play the video game Animal Crossing New Leaf. I played this every day for like 6 months. I fucking love this game. When it first came out, I know everyone was saying like how amazing it was, and I'm like, I don't want to play some like Nintendo 3DS game about animal neighbors. But then I eventually picked it up, and I fell in love with this game, and I could not stop playing it. It was so cute and so fun. Being able to build your town, interact with all the different neighbors. One of the neighbors, it was a dog named Shep. I didn't like him at first, but they made this character have such a personality that I fell in love with him, and he was my favorite neighbor. But unfortunately, I haven't played this game in a long time, and if you ignore your town in the game, it actually goes to shit. Like, there are weeds growing everywhere, neighbors will move away, and all this shit. And I'm afraid that if I go back there, it's going to look like Silent Hill, and my favorite character, Shep, is not going to be there anymore. So I'm intentionally not playing it anymore, because I know I'm going to go back, and everything's going to be different, and I'm not going to like it. But that doesn't change the fact that I played this every fucking day. Like, I'd wake up in the morning, and before I went to work, I'd play it and check on my town. While I was at work, on my breaks, I would play Animal Crossing New Leaf. I played that game like there was no fucking tomorrow. I pretty much played it from when it came out to Halloween, because in the game it actually has all the seasons and holidays and shit. So I played all the way up to Halloween, because Halloween had like a really lot of cool events and all the different costumes. And I even made my character to look like me. I gave it long hair, and you can buy clothes for your character, and I got like a denim vest for him. So I thought that was really cute and fun. Once again, a game that I never expected to pick up, because usually the games I play are extremely violent and bloody and hardcore. And then, a lot of times I picked up like the video game Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I played that game for like 2 weeks. I know it was good fun, but in a game like Animal Crossing New Leaf, I played this game for 6 months. Whereas Call of Duty, 2 weeks, this game, 6 months. That's one more unmetal confession. Another unmetal confession would be that I love the Muppets. I think they are so fucking funny. I've been watching Muppets since I was a little kid, and I always love the movies, like the space one where they find out that Gonzo is an alien, or the Muppets Take Manhattan. The Muppets Take Manhattan is on the streaming service Show Me, and I've watched that movie like 3 times since I started using Show Me, because I just fucking love it. It's good fun. It makes me laugh. It's really nostalgic for me. Totally not metal, but I fucking love it. I even, a couple days ago on Instagram, I asked my followers who their favorite Muppet was. Personally, my favorite Muppet is Beaker. Me. I think that's hysterical. And, you know, a lot of people loved Animal and the Swedish Chef and Kermit and, you know, the regulars. A lot of people love Beaker, too. So, you know, it's good to know that a lot of my followers who are total metalheads also love the Muppets. So it's not that much of a unmetal confession, because everyone loves the Muppets. If you don't like the Muppets, there's something wrong with you. It's not quite a mop. It's not quite a puppet. But man, honestly, I don't know what a Muppet is. Another unmetal confession is I also love SpongeBob. Pretty much from the first movie before, anything after the first movie, I thought that show went downhill pretty quickly. But before the first movie and the first movie, fucking hysterical. There's even a Motorhead song in the SpongeBob movie. If you didn't know that, go check it out. It's actually really funny. But yeah, I think that show was hysterical. Another show since that I watched as a little kid, and I started watching it again as an adult, and I got even more of the jokes and just thought it was so funny. And I continue watching it. Unfortunately, a lot of streaming services in Canada don't have the good seasons of SpongeBob, so I'm looking for the DVDs of the first couple seasons at a decent price. I'm sure I can find it on there. So another more non-metal confession would be, you know, I'm a big fan of Dragon Ball Z, and that led me to watch other animes. I'm usually not a big anime fan. I don't get a lot of it. But, you know, Dragon Ball Z, I'd watched that since I was a little kid with all the fighting and the Super Saiyans and all that shit. And that led me to a TV show, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I watched that. I fell in love with that. That show was really good. And then I eventually found out about a new anime that came out a little while ago called One Punch Man. Once again, ultra violent, but really funny too. Once again, I never talk about anime because I don't know jack shit about it. I'm not gonna. By no means am I an anime fan. Those are just 3 animes that I really like. I thought had really good stories, good animation, and a lot of cool fight scenes in them. So I'm pretty sure those are the biggest, most embarrassing things I can talk about for non-metal confessions. And I urge you people to comment below and give me your non-metal confessions, because we all have them. No one has a heart made of iron, right? Everyone has little things in their life, little guilty pleasures that they might be a little bit embarrassed of. But since I talked about a bunch of non-metal things, I may as well finish this off with a little bit of metal with my album recommendation or warning. So for this week, I'm going to recommend the album Long Live Heavy Metal by 3 Inches of Blood. You probably have noticed this because I have this patch on my vest, and some of my videos I've worn it, and you can probably see it. It's a Canadian heavy metal band from Vancouver, I believe. Unfortunately, they recently broke up. Like 2 weeks after I bought this album, they broke up. But once again, this album is really fucking solid. I highly suggest it if you're like into old thrash and shit. The albums before this were, they were all right. They set the groundwork, but this one really built the structure on top of the groundwork. Before they had 2 singers. Cam Pipes is the singer on this one. They had another guy before, I don't even remember what his name was, but Cam is the really good singer. He can hit those really high notes and shit. So if you want to check out some pretty good heavy metal from Canada, check out 3 Inches of Blood. Once again, they've broken up, so they're not touring or anything. Thankfully, I was able to see them a couple years ago when they were touring. But at least you can find the albums, right, and listen to it that way. So that's it for today's video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my past videos as well. And of course, don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section letting me know what your opinions are on today's video. If you want to keep up with me on a more daily basis, you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll be putting that in the description section as I always do. Once again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and stay brutal.